Imagine being so addicted to chocolate that whenever you open your pantry and you find it empty, with no chocolate, I mean, you feel a desperate need to find some. So you go out, you rush out in order to satisfy that craving. So, what if I told you that many of us are addicted to stress in much the same way? We are constantly restless. We're always searching for the next task in order to give us that familiar rush. And many of my clients actually used to chase that adrenaline like it was their daily chocolate fix, thinking that it powered their success until they started working with me and they realized that actually it was slowly draining them and even leading them to burnout. So let me ask you, have you ever felt like you were always on the hunt for your next stress fix? Hi, I'm Vassia. I'm a perfectionist and burnout expert psychologist, and this channel is your weekly reminder to remove stress and perfectionism from your life and invite more joy and meaning. We're going to talk about what stress addiction really is. We're going to talk about signs that you see that you are addicted to stress, the impact, of course, that stress addiction has on our life, and of course, actionable strategies in order to detox our nervous system. And by the end of this video, of course, you will know how to rewire your brain in order to feel more calm and more focused and, of course, more productive without relying on stress in order to do that. So first of all, let's understand stress addiction. What does it mean to be addicted to stress? Think of it like this. Our bodies, everybody's body, is wired in order to release cortisol, which is a stress hormone, adrenaline, and also a little bit of dopamine when it's necessary. And when we are under pressure, of course. And then it goes down. These hormones go down. But for some of us, that rush becomes a habit, a constant state of being on, and it doesn't go away. Do you ever feel like you are running on fumes because you're always on overdrive? Research in neuroscience shows that prolonged stress can rewire your brain. And of course, we also have neuroplasticity that we know that we can reverse that restructuring. However, it takes years in order to do that. So when prolonged stress rewires our brain, then it creates a dependency on stress that feels like relaxation is foreign. It's really something weird, something we don't even recognize what it is. And you see also the similarity, how it resembles with addiction, any kind of addiction. So have you noticed that even when you try to relax, your mind won't let you? When you go to bed and logically you know that this is a time that my body will rest, still it doesn't happen. And actually you feel restless. So what are the key signs of stress addiction? First of all, the constant busyness. As we said, this restlessness that you're looking for the next task, always feeling the need to be active. And when you decide to rest, it feels like you're doing something wrong. The second one, difficulty relaxing, exactly what we said, struggling to switch off even during downtime. The third one, using stress as fuel, relying on that adrenaline. You really need to be stressed. That's how it feels in order to power through your tasks. And of course, the last sign is that even though you have this feeling of constantly being active and energetic, at the same time, sooner or later, it feels like a chronic overwhelm, feeling overloaded, even on days that they're meant for rest, even, for example, when you go on holidays. So these signs are not just annoyance in your life or something that bothers you. They're a clear sign that your nervous system needs a detox. And if we don't take any action in order to calm the nervous system, of course, we're talking about burnout, when our body collapses and tell us, well, if since you didn't take any action, I'm taking the action for you. Stress really affects our life in a negative way. Like, picture this, you are in a race, but instead of sprinting to the finish line and then stopping, you are stuck in a loop of constant acceleration without reaching the end of it, without stopping. Does it sound familiar? Does it make sense? So chronic stress does not just steal your energy. It messes with your sleep, with your concentration, with your creativity, with your motivation even. So, and studies have shown that a perpetual state of high stress can change your brain chemistry, making calm feel alien. I remember I had a client, let's call her Maya, who was caught in her high energy routine that she felt nothing but anxiety, even when she was trying to take a break. So, after recognizing her stress addiction and working together in my burnout recovery program, of course, eventually she burned out, then we restructured her day. And then the result, she had better sleep, improved focus, she felt calmer, she felt more in peace, and felt more joy in her daily activities, work activities, but also with your family. So, what do we do in order to detox our nervous system? First of all, practice mindfulness and relaxation techniques. And I know that some of you will say, well, I'm not that type of person. Yeah, I know. I know you're not that type of person because your whole body is wired for action and for adrenaline the whole day, even when you're sleeping. Even when you wake up at 4 a.m., your brain and your body says, we can start work earlier today because resting and sleeping doesn't feel familiar. So I know that, but that's another main reason actually why you need to practice. That's exactly the reason why you need to practice it. So start by embracing mindfulness practices like meditation or mindful walking. You can go out for a walk, watching every step, watching nature around you, receiving any stimuli with your senses. You can try deep breathing exercises, you can try yoga. These are not just trends that everybody's doing, so you have to do. They are backed by research on the stress response theory. So ask yourself, when was the time that you truly took a moment just to breathe and then implement that in your daily life? If you're still bottling these endless thoughts, or when you start overthinking, you cannot stop this loop, remember to check out my guide, How to Stop Overthinking in 7 Steps. And it's available via the link that you will find in the description below. Tip number 2, set clear boundaries that honor your values. What does that mean? So, one of the best ways to detox is to create clear work life boundaries. Define your work hours and, as importantly, your downtime hours. When you're off the clock and don't finish work just before you go to bed, we have to create this transition between work and allowing our body to rest. So when you're off the clock, let your brain know that it's time to relax and write down what are the boundaries that you're going to set. What are you going to do in your personal time so that you will not keep thinking about work, but you will actually implement things that make sense and give you joy and meaning in your life. Because what we're doing now is we are optimizing your lifestyle as well. Any activities that have to do with creativity, with a healthy mind and a healthy body, incorporating physical activity, all these things are your new routine, is your new you, is part of your new you. Embrace creative lifestyle adjustments. You can do dancing, for example, cooking, painting, writing, whatever is something that is your talent or your passion or something that you would like to do. If you need help, also you can seek professional support. It can be therapy, it can be a stress management course, it can be coaching, or even a mindfulness course that you can practice together with others in order to have also a little bit of accountability. And of course, don't forget to establish a consistent and stable sleep routine. You need your sleep even though your body is not used to it. So start with these small changes and keep reminding yourself that I need to calm my nervous system down, and I'm going to do it in any way possible because I cannot live on this constant on mode. Today we'll learn that many of us are addicted to the rush of stress. And while it seems like it's fuel for action and for success, still it's draining our energy and it might lead also to burnout. We learn how to recognize the signs by the constant busyness and the difficulty in relaxing and chronic overwhelm. And we explore also actionable strategies, the mindfulness, the setting boundaries, a creative lifestyle, and of course, honoring our values and the basic needs we have. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how stress shows up in your life, and let me know whether you notice that you know now that you are a stress addict. So drop your answers in the comments below. And until next week, take really good care of yourself.